I oftentimes get a question from owners and potential owners about whether they should have their property in some sort of company, entity, or corporate entity instead of their personal name. Also, we get questions about whether they should have, if they have multiple properties, whether they should all be in the same entity or different, things like that. So I'm not an attorney. Please check both with your CPA and your attorney in terms of legal consequences and tax consequences regarding what I'm about to tell you, okay? But me personally, for properties that I've owned, this is coming from that experience as well as seeing what other clients do. So my suggestion is this. If you have multiple properties, they should all be in companies if you're able to do that. Now, some people don't want to do that because they have mortgages, and the mortgages could be called due if title is transferred. Normally, there's a way around that, and normally mortgage companies aren't looking to call a current mortgage due just because you transferred into another company, transferred the title into another company that you own. Okay, so there is that potential risk if you have a mortgage. But from an asset protection standpoint, the reason you would transfer a property from your personal name into a company is that, number one, it anonymizes it. Number two, there can be a corporate veil that gives you an extra layer of protection. And the thing is, it's reasonably inexpensive to form a corporation. In Ohio, you can literally go to the Secretary of State's website and log in and pay, I think it's $99. You just pay it, you fill in some information right online, they send you a certificate for a new corporation, then you can give it to your local title company, or if you're brave, you can go prepare your own quitclaim deed, and have that transferred for another couple $100, and then you've given yourself an extra layer of protection, an extra level of insurance in terms of catastrophic loss associated with being sued. Now, of course, it's a good idea to have really good insurance, things like that as well. But just doing this will help protect you personally from people going after you personally. It's not 100% for sure thing. There are ways of piercing the corporate veil, and there may be ways that you could be personally found liable regardless. But even from just preempting any kind of lawsuit in the first place, especially if you have multiple properties, it helps to have each property in a different entity name. So that way, let's say if you have 10 properties, and property one, the tenant gets hurt, or someone walks on a sidewalk and trips and breaks their toe or something like that, and they want to find you liable for and not having an uneven thing that would be so ridiculous that you would ever have a half-inch off on a sidewalk or something. They want to find you liable for that. First things that's going to happen, they're going to call an attorney. That attorney is going to Google the name of that owner, and they're also going to look in the auditor's website for if that name of that owner shows up multiple times. When they see that you own 10 houses, or the same company owns 10 houses, or the same person owns 10 houses, they're going to just see dollar signs, and so you want to avoid that. So it does make a lot of sense just to spend a little extra money one time and move that over. So that's my suggestion in terms of how to a few little tips on protecting your assets when you own properties in Ohio. And the next video I'm going to do is actually just a little bit about in terms of taxes on the same advice.
Attention landlords, are you interested in professional help, leasing, lease optioning, full service management, or acquiring more investment property? If so, please call 440-220-7300 or email us at sales@propertymanagementoh.com. To get tips, tricks, and relevant Cleveland, Ohio investment and landlord information, please visit propertymanagementoh.com/news and subscribe to our newsletter.